Hi everybody, welcome back to the Mirada Blog YouTube channel. My name's Tony Aiello. Thank you so much for joining me. And we are going to finish this off. This is part 2 of our look at the this 1986 Mirada Little League and Senior Division yearbook that the Easter Bunny dropped off for me today. And hope everybody is having and has a wonderful, fantastic day. Go ahead and hit, smash, pop, kick that subscribe button here on YouTube. We would love to get to 1,000 subscribers so we can start doing more live stuff here on YouTube. So let's not waste any more time. Where did we leave off? Here we go. We are in the, where are we in? We are in the Senior Major Division. Here's the Reds, sponsored by Security Public Storage. And some interesting names there, no? Let's see, taking a quick look, see if you recognize anybody. See if any of this brings back some memories for you. Here's the Padres, brought to you by A Auto Parts and Complete Machine Shop, Santa Gertrudis and Imperial in the Alpha Beta Center. And you can see the players on that team, manager, coach, team dad, team mom. Seeing if I see any, seeing if I see, I like that. How about Mark Metcalf over here? And I've seen the name Metcalf in here a couple times. I wonder if they're related to Kenny Metcalf. I saw a team mom with the last name, I think, Metcalf. I wonder if that's, let's head over to the Major Division. I wonder if it's the same Metcalf. The Cardinals, brought to you by Teagle Pools and Spas out of Anaheim. And there you see the players, and the coaches, and team mom and team dad. And it's kind of interesting, some of these teams, you know how it was back then, and I guess it's still that way. Some of these teams have no team moms or team dads. And I guess just at print time they weren't, they didn't have anybody yet. But here we go. How about the Cubs? Brought to you by Estate Planning, Terry Robinson. And here we go. Manager Joe Machete, Pete Dames, Bob Samaran. And yeah, it looks like that's the Machete we're thinking of. There's Mike Machete listed there. It looks like his dad was the coach. Pete Dames was also his coach. That's very, very interesting. Wow. Considering the times today, but this is 1986. Of course, Mike Machete graduated from Mirada High School. Went on to, actually, let's see, it's right here. There's one of his baseball cards. He was drafted by the Oakland A's and played baseball in the minor leagues for a couple years. Then, of course, went on to star in football at the University of Colorado, and now is the head coach at Mirada High School. His second stint as head coach at Mirada High School. So here you see where he played for the Cubs in 1986, Mirada Little League. It's pretty interesting. Noteworthy Mirada name there. Let's go over to the Dodgers. There you see the coaches, their volunteers. See if we see any interesting names there. Go ahead and you can, of course, pause this, I guess, if you really want to look at it. The VFW, they're still around. They're still active. Mirada Post 9148. They sponsored the Pirates that year. Here you see the schedule also. I used to love the way they printed the schedule, and I would put the scores, and I would put little checks off next to the dates after each game. Then we got the Red Sox Sports Pizza, 12739 Valley View. This was after Straw Hat and before Ambrose. I think this was that short time when it was called Sports Pizza. I barely remember that. I don't know why. I just didn't pay attention to a lot of Mirada stuff, I guess, when I was in my... You know, once you get in your 20s, you get all crazy and stuff. But there you see that, Sports Pizza. I do vaguely remember that. Floyd's Hardware and Paint sponsored the Tigers in 1986. There you see the coaches. By the way, did I see any players that I missed there that might be noteworthy? If I miss any, if I get anything wrong, please leave comments below. Let's see here. Salvador Cordova, Moses Ortega, Peter Hernandez. Okay. Then we have the White Sox. Brought to you by Artesia Ready Mix Concrete on Santa Fe Springs, or in Santa Fe Springs on Stage Road. They're still there. I don't know if it's still called Artesia, but that cement mixing plant or whatever it is still there. There's Justin Boatwright. That might be Ron Boatwright's son. Ron Boatwright, Mr. B's Tees. What do I know him from? I know him from Kiwanis, and just generally speaking, I know him. Let's see here. The Yankees, Ciceros. Everybody has their own way of saying it. Sponsored, Carmen Cicero was one of the coach. is. You see the players. And from the bleachers, Diane Anderson, A Little League Mother, March 1980. Little poem there. All right, let's head on over to the minor A division. Baskin-Robbins. We all remember our beloved Baskin-Robbins, but this is not the one that sponsored this team. This is the Baskin-Robbins that used to be on Beach Boulevard in La Mirada. That's right. I think we actually had two at one time. There you see the Angels team. Let me see if I can get a better light for everybody here. Does that work better? You know what? Should have had that going from the very beginning. See, Angels, Baskin-Robbins. Look at that guy's last name. Ryan Nolan. Or is it Nolan Ryan? But that was the kid's name. Can you imagine having to live up to that? The Cardinals, and sponsored by Oxman Surplus, who went out of business this past year after 60 years. In fact, let's see if I can learn how to talk here. The building just got painted last week, so it's really strange not seeing that Oxman's mural on the side of the building. You see the coaches, players. Okay, the Cubs. La Mirada Florist, Green Hill Shopping Center. Tony and Carmen Armas. We lost Tony Armas, I want to say, within this last 5 years. I liked Tony. I knew him from Kiwanis. Really, really nice gentleman. Didn't know his wife too much, but I knew Tony. And a really nice guy. Let's see here. I never knew him and Carmen ran the La Mirada Florist. I guess that's old news, but or I might have known that at one time. Maybe I don't know. The Dodgers, sponsored by Go Big Red, Go Trailways. Steve Fuller, I remember that name. Was the manager. And look at that. The Padres, brought to you by Valley View Farms. And there's that world-famous font that we all kind of grew up with. And that was the same font they used, very similar, on the big giant sign that used to be out front. And there you see the players. Valley View Farms. Look at that. Cor Van Dam, owner. I had the pleasure of interviewing him before he passed. Next, Sundance Lethal? Am I is that just me? Sponsored the Pirates. You see the players. Tim Caulfield. The Video Outpost. Beach Boulevard, La Mirada, California. Back when there used to be video places and Blockbuster, but the Video Outpost. I'm having trouble speaking and having trouble saying that. The Video Outpost. There you see the players. Ted Metcalf. Barbara Metcalf. I wonder if it's the same Metcalf. Brian Metcalf, player. I wonder if that's the Metcalf that Kenny Metcalf, the famous La Mirada musician, Elton John impersonator. Lamppost Pizza, located at Imperial, La Mirada Boulevard. Of course, no longer. Lampposts are still around. Lamppost and round tables are both still around, just not in La Mirada anymore. Coaches, players' names. Norwalk Moose Lodge, which now I think is a mosque. That Moose Lodge was there for many, many years. I want to say it was just within this last 5 years it turned into a mosque. Maybe a little longer. And there you see Coach Larry Moles, former city councilman. Patty Moles, team mom, and their son, Larry. (1986). So Larry was a coach. I never knew that. And Kentucky Fried Chicken brought you the Yankees, and this is the old Kentucky Fried Chicken that used to be on the what would that be? The northeast corner, which is now Juan Pollo Loco. I forget the names, but the original Juan Pollo Loco now has moved to San Gertrudis and Imperial after a dispute, and there's another Juan Pollo Loco, or it has a different name. I can't keep track. Is in the old Kentucky Fried Chicken. So there's two Juan Pollo Locos. And this KFC now is located in the Big Lot Center right there at Imperial and Meyer. So There you go, KFC. And here we have all of our good luck wishes. Love you. Good luck, Ronnie and the Angels, Mom and Dad. Have fun playing ball this year. Have a great season. Good luck on the Minor B Astros. And then some more. Okay, it's time for the Minor B division. Key Rexall Drugs. This is the one that Hal Malkin used to operate for many, many years. What is that now? It's in the old Alpha Beta Shopping Center. I couldn't even tell you. Is it a karate place? Former City Councilman Hal Malkin. The Astros, Grading Pacific Company. The Bears, brought to you by Alex Aceta. The Tool Bin brings you the Braves in 1986 on Whittier Boulevard. Had a large firework go off a little while ago here at the La Mirada Blog Studios. It wouldn't be Easter without someone setting off just this tremendous mortar that just scares everybody and the animals. Better Way and Level Grinding Incorporated. The Colts. Steve Cisneros. Oh my Lord. Steve Cisneros played in La Mirada Little League. He now runs Phantom Projects, friend of mine. Phantom Projects Theater Group. Oh, that's a kick. Now, I didn't notice that name in here when I was looking through this. Yeah, Phantom Projects, great group in La Mirada. He also graduated from La Mirada High School. Star State Air and Refrigeration, Dodgers. The Falcons. The Falcons. Wow. Love these Little League names. The Falcons. It's more like a football name now, I guess. See the coaches, team mom, team dad, manager, Richard Maloney. And here's the Jets. Primetime Pizza. Loved Primetime Pizza. Used to go in there after our softball games. You know, I think I might have had some pitchers of beer, and I might have been like only 20. Just a great time. Every Monday night at Primetime Pizza. And when you walked in and they had that arcade room to the right, and and the games they had in there, and then we'd have pizza, and that's when Hawaiian pizza was just coming out. What? Pineapple on pizza? You got to be kidding me. I was even a doubter. I loved it, and I still do. I could put pineapple with pepperoni, sausage. That's about it. That's my favorite, I guess, to pair it with. I really don't like the pineapple too much with the veggies. I love the pineapple with like the pepperoni though, just that savory and sweet contrast. There's the Mariners A team. You recognize anybody? Sports Pizza brings you the Phillies. There's another boat ride. It looks like they were really active in La Mirada Little League. No idea. Explains a lot. The Pilots, Big A Transportation out of La Habra. And the City of La Mirada sponsored the Rockets that year. What else we got here? As we go to the final T-ball, it's T-ball. I don't think there's a Super T. They have a Super T now because I think my kids played in a Super T, right? Isn't there a Super T and a T or nowadays? There's another boat, right? The Broncos, Mr. B's Tees. There you go. I was telling you about Mr. B's Tees. Mark Neria. Why do I recognize that name? Service Office Products Incorporated, the Cougars. Roman Zavala, Kevin Christie, Chad Paquette. The Eagles, Home Savings of America. How many different times are the banks in La Mirada have changed names in our lifetime? What, that was Lloyd's at one time? Oh no, I'm thinking of the one on Imperial and Valley View. This is Home Savings. Okay, so now this is a Chase Bank. And remember, Home Savings used to be kind of recognizable by their architectural style of their buildings. With the, what was that, like a Roman style, I guess, or Chase now. You can always tell what banks used to be Home Savings. The Lions, Wetmore Cutting Tools. And the Matadors. That would be a cool name to have at La Mirada Little League. Get the La Mirada High School mascot name as your name. Surprised, let's see, who's the... Tom Wilkinson. Don't recognize these guys' names. Any of them, really. Businesses, too. Let's see, Lamppost Pizza. Brought you the Phillies, and here's Tom Zern, and there on this team in T-Ball is Jimmy Zern. I don't know if Jimmy played college ball or not. I think he did, actually. But he is now the head coach. So we've had the head coach of La Mirada football, the director of Phantom Projects, and now the head coach of La Mirada baseball. Jimmy's now the head coach of La Mirada baseball. What is he, like 4th or 5th year? He took over for Kim Rooks. And here's 1986. His dad was his coach. And here he is in La Mirada Little League, 86 yearbook. So we had Mike Machete, and this is pretty cool. We had Ron Rico. I'm sure some names I missed. Noteworthy names. There's Ricky Rico. Must be Ron's little brother, I would assume. Senators. Western Talk. I wonder if that's supposed to be tech. Is that a typo? And you know, typos back then probably would have been just maddening to try to fix. And well, I remember they were. 35 years ago. You can see everything still typed the old-fashioned way with typewriters. The Senators, Wilder's Shoes for Children, 175 in the La Mirada Mall. We all remember Wilder's, one of the stores, businesses in the old La Mirada Mall, and the newer La Mirada Mall, and then the medium La Mirada Mall, and then that, well, you know how it goes. The Tigers, Xerox Corporation. You see the coaches, Team Dad, Team Mom. We'll try to wrap this up in under 20 minutes. There's the Trojans. There's another cool name to have. Of course, this is 5 years after Neff High School closed. People are still pissed about that, and that was the mascot name for Neff High School, the Trojans. That's why it's called Trojan Way. Right over there off of Alondra. The Yankees, Switch Hitter Incorporated. Gary Kunis. I remember that name. I don't know. I can't remember from where. And here's the Appreciation Directory, which is pretty cool. Edmore Realty, Dottie Garbish of Edmore Realty. I don't know if Edmore Realty is still in business, but their sign is still there at Santa Gertrudis and Imperial. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. That old Edmore Realty sign is still there. Dean Rowley. He was the son, he's the father of Craig Rowley, who I played with in the 70s. So it looks like 10 years later, Dean Rowley of Grading Pacific Incorporated was still contributing to La Mirada Little League long after his kids were done playing. A lot of good times. Ron Boatwright, Jerome, Mr. Beasties, Jerome Oxman of Oxman Surplus, Mr. O, Vince, Nancy Stern. So there you go. Different contributors and people that contributed. And is that going to wrap things up? Oh, we got some more. J.W. Van Dam, Ken Jones. He's has had an interesting little city council history. And there you go. Final look, back cover, advertiser, the back, and that's going to do it. So until next time, I hope you enjoyed this trip down memory lane. If you have something you'd like to share with the Lamppost blog audience, if you'd like me to open it or share it or talk about it, and just get other people to see it, or just want to send it in to me, send it to P.O. Box 704, La Mirada, California, 90637-0704. That's P.O. Box 704 at the La Mirada Post Office, and that will do it for this time. My name's Tony Aiello. Thank you so much for joining me all along the La Mirada Blog Media Network.